Hello, this is Russell from
Tones of Evil.
and you're listening to Capes and Lunatics.
Hi, this is Phil, and I'm here to tell you all about the Capes and Lunatics Patreon. Don't miss out on our comic book creator interviews, including our monthly Chichester chats with comic book legend D.G. Chichester, superhero movie brackets in our search for the worst comic book movie of all time, and many, many more specials, all completely uncensored. Access starts for $3 a month, full video when you pledge $5 a month. Check out the link in our show notes or go to patreon.com/CapesandLunatics. Hope to see you there.
This is Luca Perich, and you're listening to the Capes and Lunatics podcast.
I'm here for Peter.
Parker, get your head out of the gutter.
That's right, kids. After 5 weeks of sausage, the original Peter Lover returns. Now the original Peter Lover returns.
Hey y'all, it's Lil Hellfire. I missed you.
That's right, kids, because this is Ultimate Spider-Cast. I am Phil. Yes, that is Lilith, and we start
It's in Hellfire. Get it right.
we start October with our run to 200.
Spooktober, babes.
Whoa! That's right.
Because it's October, SpiderMan.
That's right, kids. It's October. It's Halloween. 200 will be closing in at the end of the month. So that means you'll probably get your Sausage Fest a week early. So look for Ray on $1.99, kids. All right, so to start off our month of October, we will be covering Amazing Spider-Man 124 and 125. The first appearance of the man.
Visible by 5. Watch out.
I know, man, but you know what? They didn't know what they had back in the day because that was like a normal size issue.
Modern comics could
Hell, modern comics. I mean, unless you're Batman or something, you don't get the 125.
Preach, brother, preach.
Who was I listening to? It was either Trapped in a World or one of Ray's many programs. So somebody was saying, you know, these days,
Ray Radio.
Ray Radio, yes. These days, it's it's like a huge accomplishment if you get like the 12 issues without getting rebooted, or like 20 something.
25 is like, holy hell, you're around to stay, and then you get canceled before 50.
Pretty much, it's only if you're like Spider-Man or Batman, you're not getting rebooted.
Cleaning the legacy numbering.
Although I must admit, although I know while not your favorite, Kelly Thompson is, but the character of Captain Marvel, that book's on issue 40. So,
like I said, the Danvers Corps, they hold it down for their character, and I got much respect for the Danvers Corps.
That, I think with a different writer, it never would have made it to 40.
Hell no, we all know.
Oh no, some man, right?
Sheer will of force from Kelly Thompson.
Heck yeah, the story's good, but yes, yeah, like I said, unless you're Batman or Spider-Man, yeah, it's like amazing to expect
like,
40 issues.
I want movie Danvers to be like that. She's not like that.
No. But again, it's like I don't know, they really sabotaged that. Well, the actor sabotaged her character, but also, in story, they kind of sabotaged it, because after her first movie, she was like off in space until space, like, we need a plot device, get in here. Blow up that ship. Go rescue
So there's no ship blowing up in this issue, but it's still a good issue.
That's right. So the first one is Amazing Spider-Man number 124 from September 1973. Original.
Look at this cover, boy.
Original price
20 cents?
20 cents, yeah.
When are we going to get that? Come on, patrons. You got to throw in some money for a time machine.
Seriously. The Mark of the Man-Wolf.
Ow!
And of course, written by friend of the show.
This is Jerry Conway, and you're listening to the Capes and Lunatics podcast.
Penciler Gil Kane, inker John Romita Sr.
What you got for old Gil?
Inker John Romita Sr. and Tony Mortellaro. Colorist David Hunt. Letter Artie Simic. And editor Roy Thomas.
What you got for old Roy? All we really needed was Herb Shrimpy at this point.
Exactly.
It would have been a classic.
This was like prime Gil Kane.
Yeah.
Web swinging through the city. Spider-Man stops to take a look at...
Flipping his way downtown.
Yes. looks at the local papers and becomes mad that the Bugle is the only newspaper that's calling him a murderer in connection with the death of Norman Osborn.
So the Bugle is the New York Post. That's what I'm gathering.
I'd assume. Because yes, kids, this is only like 2 months after Norman dies. So, at the Bugle, Joe Robertson questions Jameson about his editorials, as usual, believing that Spider-Man should be allowed due process before being demonized by public opinion. Their debate is interrupted by...
Is he new here?
What?
Is he new here? It's what we do.
Maybe they think there's new readers here. I don't know. Their debate is interrupted by the arrival of Jonah's son, John. John has recently been on a mission to the moon, and he has come to visit his father... it says with her, but no, he tells him about his fiancée, Christine Saunders. However, I'll leave that poor blonde girl alone. However, John begins to act strange, unnoticed to others. This is due to a necklace he is wearing. It is passed off as the strain from his job and jokes about Christine not taking good care of John. Whoa!
Boo!
I got the vapors, not in that.
That's his fiance. That is wife, first of all.
Oh, true. Oh, yeah.
He's not giving away the milk for free because she's smart.
Supposed to be pure until marriage. That's right. Oh, I got the vapors. I'm not
That's
getting
in the 70s.
the man's get the vapors, but I'm not getting it enough. Yeah. It's like I can't help it.
Booty looks good all the time.
Meanwhile, Peter Parker decides to attend class for the first time since Gwen's death, but cannot handle the pressure of working with his classmates, who must be thinking about his situation, and storms out of class. When Mary Jane and Flash try to talk sense into him, Peter snaps at them both and storms away. Elsewhere in the city, John Jameson suddenly transforms into a werewolf beast, which will soon be dubbed the Man-Wolf. The creature stalks... This is not London.
Well, it's gonna be today.
Hey-oh. The creature stalks its way to the Daily Bugle, where it attacks J. Jonah Jameson. Meanwhile...
First of all, J. Jonah Jameson.
That's all they say on the Big Bang Theory.
Bazinga!
Meanwhile, Peter sees yet another front page story in the most recent edition of the Bugle, demonizing Spider-Man once more for his involvement in the death of Norman Osborn. Fed up of Jameson's constant editorials, Peter decides enough is enough and that he's going to threaten Jameson to leave him alone. Changing into Spider-Man, Peter slings over to the Bugle. Instead of taking out his anger on Jameson, he finds that he has come to the rescue of his arch-nemesis instead. However, during the fight, Spider-Man is slashed by the Man-Wolf and passes out. When Jameson tries to call the police, the Man-Wolf stops him, and Jameson notices that it's wearing the exact same necklace his son was wearing earlier and puts two and two together. The Man-Wolf suddenly bolts, and Spider-Man revives shortly after. When Spider-Man tells Jameson that he's going after the monster, Jameson warns him, if he goes after the Man-Wolf, Jameson will report tonight's episode as an attack on him by Spider-Man. Agreeing to Jameson's terms, Spider-Man leaves and dwells on what just happened when he's suddenly attacked by the Man-Wolf, who pounces at him from behind. Hey-oh! Hairy man beast attacking you from behind. Little Hellfire's been there.
That's relatable, unfortunately.
But yeah, I mean, I kind of like that it's like, a lot of comics, especially at this time, Gwen would have died and then, and Osborn and, the next issue, Peter would have been like, it would be like, oh, months later, and he's fine, he's normal. But, Jerry was writing it.
Well, first of all, Peter is nothing if not angsty.
Well, yeah. Yeah.
I mean, he's borderline goth kid, emo kid angsty, so I would expect nothing less.
I know, but I just like that Jerry...
We're gonna milk this, okay? One thing about Spider-Man, we're gonna milk an emotional situation, i.e. Uncle Ben. How many years? 60 years later? We still got that floating head of guilt?
But again, too, it's all, at least Jerry Conway's like, oh yeah, he wasn't better 5 minutes later,
Although he wanted him to. We all know he hated Gwen. We all know he had it in for Gwen.
Mary Jane hated Gwen. I mean, look how she was like, snap out of it. Her and Flash are like, snap out of it.
She's like, redheads do it better.
She wasn't even giving you any. Snap out of it.
Burn.
Seriously, I mean, when those kids who show up who we dare not mention, he's like, oh, there's no possible chance they're my kids.
Because I used a condom.
No, because she wasn't giving him any.
No, because he wrapped his Jimmy up in web fluid.
Whoa.
I don't do Twinkies or toaster strudels.
The guy that did the Alzheimer's was like, why are you so filled with radiation? I don't get it.
Hey-oh. Well, I thought that was the controversy with those kids, too, where it's like, oh, yeah, Peter didn't hit that, but Osborn did. Until we retconned.
I'm not saying it was consensual.
No, it wasn't.
It was a gold digger.
Whoa.
I don't know. We don't know the truth.
Well, remember.
10 years and they'll retcon that, too.
Well, remember, they retconned that because, remember, Kindred, that was just a fantasy in an old man's head.
Sure. You backtrack after all these years.
Backtrack on that damn marriage.
Hello. I'm just waiting for him to wake up from a dream.
I think that was the whole.
If that's how they do it, just do it.
I think that's what was that Nick Spencer wanted to do, and I'm pretty. I have a feeling they were like, no, don't. Think he was
working for Superman. That's the one thing nobody's complaining about Superman.
Exactly. Exactly. Again, you're looking for something.
Red and blue and starts with a that should be married with a kid.
And again, it's like, hey, you're looking for something to give Miles to do. Make him the young single Spider-Man, the swinger. Hale.
I couldn't even begin to fix Miles at this point. So it's a Spider-Verse movie is out there and over with, and we actually get an end to the Spider-Verse once and for all.
So, do you think? Is Bendis petty enough? Does he cook stuff into his original characters where he's like, oh no, no one else can handle him. You're going to have to, it's always like, you're going to have to have me back and pay me money to fix my stuff.
No, because they would have been had him back at this point. But he's done, he's so controversial right now because of what he did for Superman. Even if they wanted to have him back, they couldn't.
Yeah.
Because, they desperately need, another female book. And Jessica Jones, right now, Strike While the Iron is hot.
Mm-hmm.
But they can't. He's radioactive at this point.
Damn.
Unfortunately, I'd love to have him back at Marvel. I think he just is a better fit at the end of the day for Marvel.
Yeah.
I think he's a great connector, and he would be a great executive editor or something at DC. But as far as writing, not a good match.
Yeah.
Not a good fit.
Yeah, editor again, big picture, man. But yeah,
and on the same token, he wouldn't be a good editor at Marvel, but he's a great writer, and from what I hear, he can take really good notes and on that level. So it's kind of weird to see the two different sides of Bendis from the big two.
Again, aren't we just like, hey, he's a big picture guy? Don't let him execute it.
He can find. I mean, he do some fine detailing with the dialogue. We all know that.
Or you know what?
Issue, yeah. No.
You know, he should do at Marvel. If they ever have him back at Marvel, make him like the Tom King, where he takes these lesser known characters and does stuff with them.
Well, we all know what he wanted to do with Jessica Drew, and that turned into Jessica Jones. So I don't think
I'm not saying let him off the leash. It's just it's like
we all know how that turns out. Is my point. It's like, wasn't it supposed to be Jessica Drew? Plans change.
What? Oh God. We didn't want Jessica Drew under the control of the Purple Man for years. Okay.
That's fine.
Fine. I'll make my own. All right. So
she's had her own trauma, but for more on that, listen to the Spider Babies.
It sounds like she has her own trauma. Ray talks about her every month.
I wasn't gonna say, but since you brought it up,
well, Saren's there. Come on.
Yes, exactly.
To temper him. All right. Any other thoughts? Should we get to the next one?
Let's get to the next one because the next one's a little bananas.
A little.
I don't know why we have a man wolf on the loose, but fine.
I mean, we'll get into this, but all right. So, Amazing Spider-Man 1, the regular sized Amazing Spider-Man 125, October 1973. Wolf Hunt. Writer Jerry Conway, penciler Ross Andrew. And everyone else is the same. God, I remember seeing a reprint of this as a kid and being freaked out by it. Again, I was I think 5 or 6.
Well, I guarantee you the cover didn't look as good as it does now on the Marvel app, so.
Yeah. But I mean, it did seem to have like a darker, the art seemed to be all right, we'll get into this, but the end of this issue freaked me out more than, more than the werewolf. Okay. All right. So Spider-Man is mulling over his battle against the Man-Wolf and J. Jonah Jameson's threats over Spider-Man trying to stop the beast when he's attacked by the wolf monster again. During their fight, Spider-Man notices the necklace worn by the monster and finds it familiar. When the moon begins to set, the Man-Wolf makes a break for it.
Getting real low, big guy.
The Man-Wolf makes a break for it, and Spider-Man tries to follow, but trips himself up on some garbage cans. Having lost the Man-Wolf, Spider-Man returns to his apartment.
He's a trash panda, is what you're saying.
Oh my god, guess what was on last night? Sexual harassment, panda. Or was that the night before? But
oh, no. I thought they banned that episode from season
Oh, no, you didn't know what? I was watching it on HBO Max. I just, put on season 3, and sexual harassment, panda.
Oh my god, you started from the beginning?
Well, I'm trying to, hit some of the episodes I missed. No, I kind of started on season 3. I'm like, yeah, I know I've seen the first 2 seasons, but...
I was gonna say, I literally started season 10. I know the first 9 seasons so well.
Yeah. But no, I kind of just, I was on the computer, so I just, put season 3 on and just let it run. But I just hear, hello, little pandas. I was like, uh-oh.
Oh, I can't wait for the Salty and the Petty show. That's gonna be, numero uno show next to, Seinfeld.
Oh, my. All right. Yeah, again, I'm gonna start making a list. Yeah, Spider-Man trips on garbage. Having lost the Man-Wolf, Spider-Man returns to his apartment where he changes back to Peter Parker. Notices that Harry still hasn't been home and passes out for the night after patching up his wounds from battling the Man-Wolf. Yeah, kids, the whole thing with Norman Osborn, nobody knows he was the Green Goblin because someone took his costume off, and we find out months later, I think maybe 10 months later from now, it's his son.
Yeah. I mean, we all knew.
But everyone hates Harry because it's he's been missing since his dad died, and no one's oh, hey, we should go find Harry.
Well, the rich kid's probably off doing coke.
Oh, true.
In his sorrows. For all we know, he's at the Intersanctorum with freaking Doctor Strange. Getting strange.
Everyone loves
we
cocaine.
don't know.
Oh, yeah, he might be in Europe, yeah.
Everyone loves cocaine.
Switzerland, he's Osborn. The possibilities are endless.
True. The next day, Mary Jane is having breakfast with Flash and Randy Robertson.
Why? We don't know, and we don't care.
So, we're saying there was a threesome the night before? What's going on here?
Ain't none of my business. Somebody's muffins getting buttered, and it ain't my business.
Oh, my.
Somebody's muffins getting buttered. That ain't my business.
We don't have a airtight drop. All right. Talking about both Peter and Harry's attitudes when Harry enters the diner. When Mary Jane tries to get Harry to talk to her, he lashes out at her for paying more attention to Peter Parker than him and tells her to get lost. Upset and shocked by this, Mary Jane... Well, once again, his father and his friend die. It's upset and shocked by this, Mary Jane flees the diner in tears. While elsewhere in the city, J. Jonah Jameson pays a visit to his son John's apartment. There he finds John passed out on the couch wearing the exact same outfit the Man-Wolf wore the night before. Get it, kids? Confirming his suspicions that his son is somehow the monster that attacked him.
Such a terrible father.
Oh, he's taking out all that aggression on you. Yeah, that's right. Waking up John, Jonah asks him to explain how he could turn into the Man-Wolf. John explains that Jonah, his last mission to the moon, he had come across a strange stone which he took back with him to Earth.
Oh, Moonstone.
It's the 70s, man. It's the ultimate moon rock. Or the moon rock. Dude, it's the 70s. It's a pet rock.
I know it. Which they should have been sued for because it was just regular rocks. Spoilers.
Oh, please. Isn't that the period when they were spraying rocks green and selling kids kryptonite? I swear it's
to be fair. Smallville did it too. It's fine.
Compliments of LexCorp.
Look at this, you production assistants from season 4.
Whoa! That's what salty. Oh, we need to spill some tea on Smallville because Lilith knows some secrets there.
No. That was a joke. It was a joke for legal and purposes. That was satire.
Sure, kid.
Remember that Lana Lake necklace? Oh my god. They tried to sell it and that glow in the dark thing never worked. I'm still bitter.
Her kids be a witch like Lana Lang.
Don't you ever mention that episode with me. I'll freaking kill you.
There he had fashioned the stone into the very necklace that he is wearing. The first night wearing it, when the light of the moon touched the necklace, it transformed him into the man-wolf. Explaining that he tried to keep it under control with a special suit that blocks most lunar radiation, it seems he's ultimately failed, and he cannot take off the necklace because it's grafted itself to his skin.
Okay, Venom.
Try washing yourself, damn. An hour later, Peter changes the
Where is he gonna shower in a spaceship? Shower with a pee, really?
I meant when he gets home. Or hell.
Well, a lot of celebrities say they don't take baths until they stink, and even then they don't wash their legs. So.
Ew. Okay, Ashton Kutcher.
They just let the water and the soap run down. So.
Okay, Ashton Kutcher.
Yes, and Mila Kunis.
Ew.
And they say they don't wash their kids till they see dirt, bro. Somebody call CPS.
But no, they're rich. They're
during the pandemic.
They're rich. They're rich. They're eccentric.
Oh my god, they've got the stinky kid, to quote Adam Sandler movies. Oh, please believe there will be a top 10 Adam's best Sandler movies and a top 10 worst.
Oh, we'll put it
on the Salty and Petty show.
Or at least go to a doctor and get that moon rock cut off. Come on.
Something. I mean, all this. Call Reed Richards. Something. I think he can deal with cosmic radiation. I think that's his whole spiel, if I'm not mistaken. No.
You don't even need to read Richards. All you need is
the whole tower that you can just look up and walk toward.
All you need is a competent surgeon that can, perform surgery.
Oh, well, not Dr. Strange. Definitely not Stephen Strange.
I'm just saying, you're run-of-the-mill surgeon who can, all I do is cut it off that.
It's magic, though, bro. It's magic.
Oh.
Moon magic. Somebody was smoking a doobie, and
I think it was Jerry Conway.
Exactly. I was gonna say, where are we gonna point fingers?
He was a young man in the 70s, Lilith Hellfire.
We did smoked a doobie.
An hour later, Peter changes the Spider-Man to see if Joe Robertson can shed some light on the pendant he saw the man-wolf wearing the night before. However, when he arrives at the Bugle building, Jameson is waiting there for him with police officers, and he is forced to flee.
He'll cover up for his son, but he won't cover up for Spider-Man.
Exactly.
Hypocrite.
Affected by the tear gas that the police used on him, Spidey changes back to Peter Parker and goes to the closest place he can find, Mary Jane's apartment. But when she mistakes his weariness for sullenness, she kicks him out of her apartment and tells him not to call her until he's more pleasant.
Oh my god, Mary Jane!
Oh, your girlfriend.
Sister!
Your girlfriend died a week ago. Get the F out.
She's like, do a line and get over it, bro.
Whoa!
We all know Mary Jane's a party girl. Come on.
Everyone loves cocaine.
Again, 70s.
Everyone loves cocaine.
She's a model.
Everyone loves cocaine.
How do you think she stays so good?
She eats sugar on everything. What?
That's not sugar. Sugar booger, baby.
That night, Jonah is at John's apartment to confront his son, who is once more changing into the man-wolf. This is also happening at a time Christine is on her way for a date with John. While Peter Parker finally connects all the things he saw about the man-wolf and correctly deduces that he's John Jameson, Spider-Man arrives just as the man-wolf is about to attack Christine and rips the necklace off the creature's body, causing it to change back to John Jameson. When Jonah comes...
So obviously he lied to his dad. He likes being the man-wolf.
What? Why?
It's not grafted, John.
I thought it was. I thought Spider-Man ripped part of his throat out. That's what I thought.
He's a liar. He's a filthy little liar. That's what he is.
Because after he ripped it off, I thought Peter was like, oh my god, it was attached to his neck. Or he said something, I swear. It was like...
It's all fur. Don't worry about it.
Whoa! How many times is...
It was the 70s. Taco taco meat galore. Don't worry about
It's like
it.
we had that layer of, taco meat. But yeah, he rips it out, causing him to change back to John Jameson. When Jonah comes out to check on his son, Spider-Man tells him to take Jonah to a hospital. When Jameson fears the publicity, Spider-Man tells him that he has to take responsibility because his son could have hurt or killed someone. Then Spider-Man throws the necklace as far as possible. It lands in the nearby river.
The Hudson River. Why? Give it to Reed Richards. Why would you just throw it in the river for someone else to find?
I know, and walks off. When Jameson tries to thank Spider-Man, the Raw Crawler tells him to save it for the papers. I know. Again, I think this was like a trope of these writers back in the day. It's like, oh, hey, let me just do that because then I can always bring it back. Someone can bring it back at some point. Because one of those Thor issues.
But that's irresponsible.
Yeah.
If we're being honest.
Oh, yeah, because there was one of those Thor issues from 1969 Charlie and I covered. Yeah, Thor, like, froze this, like, killer robot and just, like, shipped it to the Arctic because it was in ice. Oh, no one will ever find it. I'm like, yeah, Steve Rogers, dumbass.
Thor's not the brightest bulb in the box.
No. So, yes, I thought that every time I read this, I'm like, why did you throw that in the river? Although it is the New York River. How maybe thought that toxic waste.
It is all from the nuclear waste. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's about as bad as Gotham water at that point.
Or if you're gonna throw it in the river, like put it in a block of concrete first and
lead lined concrete.
Something. Oh my God! You see like a werewolf fish come out like 6 months later.
Still better than a Joker fish.
Mm-hmm.
Although I so want a Joker fish freaking plushie. Come on, Warner Brothers. Come on, Discovery Bros.
Oh my God! Did you watch Harley Quinn this week?
Not yet.
I'm
behind.
It was mostly Joker for mayor.
Oh, we're doing that.
Because most of the episode is when they were with the Swamp Thing, so it's like.
Oh, okay, cool. I got you.
Yeah, because they come back at the end and they're like, we've only been gone a couple days.
Things move fast in Gotham.
But yeah, again, throw it in the river. Again, this is the point where Jonah should be like, yeah, you're a menace. You ripped my son's throat out. But he's like...
Exactly.
But they must save him because the man-wolf returns, kids. So...
Ow!
Because next week we'll cover more, 2 more issues.
It's Spooktober.
Yes. We'll cover 2 more issues of Spider-Man he appeared in. And then after a while, like, he gets out into, the regular Marvel universe.
Thank God he never showed up in anything I read.
I think there was, like, a weird... What was it? One of those horror books. And then... I'll tell you when I get there. I think he shows up in Savage She-Hulk, so... Oh, yeah, because I remember that one She-Hulk issue. She said she knew John, so...
Yeah.
So, see? She liked hairy men.
It was the 80s. It was still in.
Alright, so... Yeah, any other thoughts on this, Lilith Hellfire?
No, it's just, Jameson is an asshat, and this shows it. I mean, we've never seen Jameson in a good light, and I want to keep it that way. That's my one constant next to Uncle Ben always being dead. Jameson's an asshat.
I know, but don't you think they've kind of tried to...
But they've done way too much with his son. Way too much.
Well, he's a classic character. He showed up in Amazing Spider-Man #1.
I know.
One day we're going to have to cover issue 126 with Ray. The kangaroo.
Oh, yeah! You're so mean. That's racist.
How's it racist to say he lives near kangaroos? Prove me wrong.
Aussies live within 10 feet of a kangaroo. Some of them live in Brisbane.
He's eating kangaroo, Lilith Hellfire.
I know.
Tastes like chicken. So yeah.
My favorite thing about that issue is Magruder, because it reminds me of that Saturday Night Live.
Yeah. Magruder. Yes. I'm trying to remember. I thought there was some Spider-Man news recently, but...
It's always Spider-Man news. Somebody's always speculating about the next Spider-Man movie.
Even though there's no news of it yet on the horizon, but...
Is it confirmed that it's Spider-Man freshman year? Is everybody just rolling with that?
Well, that's they're doing an animated thing. I believe that's what that is, the freshman year. Yeah.
You know how I feel about Marvel's animated anything, so
Yeah.
I swear if X-Men 97 is a flop, me and the mouse are gonna have words. We're gonna have words, because how you gonna flop off an established property like X-Men 92? Like, how you gonna do that? I'm so worried.
Oh no, we
Stressed.
did get the solicit for Amazing 14, which if we're already getting 14, because only 7 or 8's out so far, so it's like maybe they are going to start doing twice a month, because I believe Amazing's coming out this week. So
Yeah.
Yeah, the Dark Web Prelude,
Oh, I do not care about that dark web, bro. I don't care about it.
because Chasm's returning.
I don't care. Who cares? Really, honestly, do you care?
I mean, I'd rather Ben Reilly wasn't a villain.
Exactly. Maybe this is the plot twist. He went undercover, and this is where we find out.
I know I always say you can do stuff with Ben Reilly you can't do with Peter Parker, but yeah, quit effing him up and trying to make him a villain. Plus,
Oh, he's the evil Spider-Man now. That's his role?
I guess.
I mean, I guess they can't really do it with Miles without a little backlash.
Don't make him a villain. If you want to do an...
Don't we have Kane? Isn't technically?
Yeah. If you want to make him an anti-hero, I might be here for that, but not a straight-up villain.
Yeah.
And those
He's
weird...
undercover. Don't worry. I'm like 85% sure he went undercover.
Hopefully. But those weird new powers, I mean, it looks like he's Purple Venom. I mean, come on. That was like a last-minute throw-in, during that last arc.
Yeah. Poor Ben Reilly. Can we get up in the chat for Ben Reilly? Like, why bring him back with all the hoopla and then do that? Like, I don't get it. I feel bad for Ben Reilly fans. I felt bad since the day they decided he wasn't going to be the real Spider-Man.
Again, they wrote...
So all that for that. Okay, that's going to piss a lot of people off.
They wrote themselves into a corner. They were just like, okay, he's the real Spider-Man. Well, how does he take the name Peter Parker back? The other guy's married and all this stuff.
You know what you do? You push him right off the cliff and you take his place.
Oh, you think Mary Jane would be down for that?
He just takes his blonde hair and gets rid of it and, just live his life. I'm just saying.
Lil's like, just replace one Peter with another.
Yeah. In the dark, they all look alike for the most part.
Yeah, but
I ain't got a curve or nothing.
But I don't. But the only problem with that is I think that they were some people behind the scenes were looking to get rid of that marriage. So if they did that swap, they wanted him to not be married. So that's another thing.
Then you killed Mary Jane too. Whoopsie, the house blew up. Sorry. I mean, there's so many ways you could have done it.
I know.
I would have got rid of Aunt May too while I was at it. But that's just me.
Well,
that's just me.
Well, DeMatteis did it 400, then they eventually brought her back.
And I mean, like, house falling on an old witch, that type of thing.
Damn.
I'm so over Aunt May at this point.
I mean, we had to bring her back, sacrifice that marriage, and what are we doing with her these days?
Ever since she had her, like, stupid little community, like, that was my absolutely last line in the sand with Aunt May, when she had that little community center.
We're not even doing that. We're not even doing that now. Now she's just in the endless parade of, oh, Peter, I can't believe what you did. Even though we still don't know what it is, but...
Yeah. We're in a weird spot for Spider-Man now.
Yeah, it shouldn't be this weird in the 60th anniversary.
Yeah, you would think we would have had it figured out. That Kendrick thing, it really,
I mean...
I'm still not over it. I'm just gonna be honest.
We went 3 times a month for the 59th year, not the 60th.
I think somebody miscounted. If I'm being real, I think that's what happened. Somebody forgot to carry the 1 or something.
Probably.
And they were like, ooh, oh well.
Or they just wanted to get a whole mess of issues out. And I was like, oh, geez.
Oh, it could have been that quarter really needed it. Because they were down in the profits.
Maybe.
That's a very good possibility, honestly.
Yeah. When in doubt, use Spider-Man.
Or X-Men. Like I said, there's no reason why there should be 5 X books. Absolutely no. I am still fuming about that.
Well, did you see, supposedly, I guess they haven't said what it is, but I guess there's some big X event coming in January or something.
Always a big X event, bro. That's the problem.
But I'm just wondering, is this where we're finally going to get rid of Krakoa, or?
It was a dream. Krakoa better been a dream.
They were all clones, plant clones.
They were clones sharing your shared dream universe.
Can you imagine that outrage though? It's like, oh yeah, every X character you've read since 2018 has been a clone. They've all been sleeping that whole time.
I don't care because it's bad. Get rid of it. Like I said, Marauders was the best book and that's gone. So.
Well, they said, I think, who started that whole thing? Was it Hickman?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, they said, he had like this 3-tier plan, but then he wanted it to end earlier than this, and they were like, no, keep it going. Again, it's the Clone Saga all over again. They're like, no, keep it going. So that's a big part of the problem.
They're not going to use this for the X-Men in the MCU, which was the whole point of rebooting the continuity. It's like, same thing with Spider-Man. It's like,
if nothing else, you know what they get out of it though? Every but any dead X character, they can bring them back, so they can use whoever they want, in the MCU, and they'll be like, haha, we have that character now alive and well. Because I mean, look, Warpath's back, or Thunderbird's back,
people nobody cares about.
Yeah, well, every dead mutant who's ever died can be back now. Yeah.
Yeah, we really only care about the standards, and I can even do without Kitty Pryde. Do not at me. These hands are rated E for everyone. I'd rather Jubilee over Kitty Pryde, and you can feel how you need to feel about that statement.
Damn. Or there's always enough for at least 2 X teams. Have one on each team.
No. One unified X book, and that is it. I am over it.
Please. When is the last time since 1990 we've only had one X-Men book? Come on.
And look what happened after that. That's all I'm saying. Diluted, diminishing returns. Not enough merch to go around.
Then they better go with a classic lineup if they're going to do one X-Men book.
That's my whole point. And then say 3 years in, we can get it, to start off just one book. And then build it up to where you need to be to justify a spin-off book. Everybody just wants to do everything right now. I kind of miss the old ways of doing things. Ever since the Ultimates, where you could just write the character where you want it to be, I don't know how I feel about it anymore.
Well,
I think they had it right.
Well, how about one X-Men book, one X-Force, one X-Factor, do some classic lineups, but keep them all kind of...
I'll be okay with that. X-Force and X-Factor, they're different enough.
And keep them kind of separated for a while.
And no crossovers.
Yeah.
More crossovers.
Yeah, but they're not running into each other every 5 minutes.
Yeah, I can deal with that.
You heard us, Marvel.
The Spider books. Honestly, we need more Spider books. I'll be the one to say it.
I know.
No, I need Flash to be back and well and healthy and have his own book. I need him to have a Jimmy Olsen kind of book. You know what I'm saying? What does Flash do on his day off? What trouble does he get into? I want to know.
Well, we're getting a Mary Jane Black Cat book, so at least that's good.
Wow.
Ah.
I'm kind of sad to see Iron Cat end, to be honest. Like I said, I've been so excited for that book, and then when it got delayed, I was really bummed because nobody was on the same page as me. But now we're all caught up and all on the same page, and it's like, I don't want that book to end.
Well, if they're smart, maybe they'll use the momentum. Once Iron Cat ends, they'll swoop right into that Mary Jane Black Cat book.
I hope so. I'm really looking forward to that. I like the Black Cat book, and I like the Mary Jane book. Do we know who's writing that? Is it Jed McKay?
Last I saw, they hadn't announced the team yet, but everyone's money's probably on Jed McKay.
Yeah. And if they bring back the artist from the Mary Jane book, I'd be happy.
Oh, wait. Here's the Bleeding Cool article. The headline, Mary Jane Black Cat ongoing series from Marvel, probably by Jed McKay.
If he has time.
December.
Okay. I mean, I would have waited until January, but okay. I guess they might be building off that Iron Cat.
Again, maybe they'll swoop in once Iron Cat's over. It'll be and it will be part of the Spider-Man X-Men crossover event, Dark Web.
Oh no, they did it to me again.
Oh God.
I mean, are you excited about the Dark Web thing? I literally have no idea, because as soon as they said another freaking Spider-Man event, I was just like, ugh.
No, I'm just
still doing the end of the Spider-Verse? Like, what the hell?
I don't know. Again, Slot's doing that, and I'm not even reading that. I'm just like, eh.
I'm trying to stay, but I'm not engaged. I'm just gonna be real.
Yeah.
I'm very disengaged from the whole Spider-Verse at this point. I'm happy Norman's back, but I don't like what they're doing. I'm especially very, very apprehensive about Golden Goblin. Very apprehensive.
Oh yeah, Gold Goblin, Norman. Ugh.
Very.
Good Norman. I'm like, how long's that?
There's no such thing as a good rich person. I'm sorry. I hate to be the one to tell you guys.
Especially Norman. I'm like, come on, really?
I don't know.
And I mean, how interesting is that gonna be?
Hell, let's just give it to Tombstone. I take it back. Tombstone's the big bad. Let's just keep on that track. I thought I wanted Norman back, but now I realize I don't. Don't listen to fans. Just do what you want. Just do what you want.
And again, what are we getting Spider-Man right now? Because like I'm just reading this thing. It's saying August was the Spider-Man anniversary, and it's like, well, there's not a ton of stuff going on in August for Spider-Man.
Yeah, and I mean the future solicits were like not very good prospects either. So.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, hey Russell, Hobgoblin is returning in Amazing Spider-Man 11.
See, they're doing too many returns.
I know.
Like. Is that all Zeb Wells? Is that all they want Zeb Wells to do? Is just rebuild the Rogues Gallery or what?
Maybe, unless that's his idea.
Like. Tombstone, this, Norman, and now we're getting Hobgoblin? Why? Can we get the Vulture back instead?
Oh, I see what we're doing. Okay, yeah, because, I guess Gold Goblin's going to premiere there and then spin off into his own series by Christopher Cantwell. Maybe that's why he's leaving Iron Man. Okay.
So one armor for another, I guess.
So what? He likes writing rich douches. Okay.
I was gonna say.
I mean, it could be fun. I mean, writing could be fun if you do it right.
But do the villains really need their own book?
What?
Does a villain in the Spider-Man universe need its own book that's not Venom or Carnage or a symbiote in general? No.
And again, if you're gonna play Norman as a good guy,
that seems weird.
Oh God! And talk about bringing back old stuff. I guess. A Hobgoblin returns in issue 11, but it's like, who is it?
It's Ned.
Oh.
Ned's clone or whatever the hell that
is.
is.
Ned's clone was running. Oh, yeah, he knocked up Betty Brand. Now he's angry.
Yep.
Yeah.
Now that I'm here for, if that's the truth. Any other one can go kick one.
No. They're going to pay off our theory, Lilith. It's Betty.
Bro, I'm telling you,
yes!
Betty was the horny dude behind everything theory. As long as they make 2 podcasters called Till and Mill.
No.
I don't care.
What about this? We all think Roderick Kingsley was always the one pulling the strings and manipulating guys like Lefty Donovan and Ned Leeds. What if Betty was manipulating everyone, including Roderick? What if she was the original Hobgoblin?
Oh, that would be so dope.
Mm-hmm.
Especially since they need more female villains. I'm just saying. She's been there since the beginning. And Spider-Man did rebuff her advances. Nothing like a woman scorn, right, boys?
Although it would be weird trying to work around that Hobgoblin Lives miniseries.
Not canon.
No, because Roderick stands there and explains everything to her. That could be her testing his programming and like, yes. Repeat the lines I've given you. Telling you she's evil.
This is why, I wouldn't even be mad if that was the case. Like, I want something truly. We haven't had a truly shocking reveal in decades. The most shocking thing is Spider-Man getting rid of his marriage. That's the last shocking thing that we've had. Do you agree?
Yes, and again, I mean I think a lot of people didn't like that, myself included. But it's like, no, I think people could get behind. Oh, hey, Betty's a badass supervillain and it's been for
Remember when she had those pouches, kids? Big guns, big pouches, big hair.
Think about it. It's like, we could say she was a little mentally unhinged from like the beginning, but then,
all that trauma she's been through?
Eventually she finds Norman's weapons and becomes the Hobgoblin. Come on, Russell.
Who do we tweet this to? Like, look, all you have to do is just briefly be listening to a podcast called, Cows and Crazy Ones with Mill and Till. That's all you need in the background.
Heroes and Heretics.
Nice. Coming this summer 2023.
Oh my God. If we ever run out of ideas for Salty and Petty, it'd be like, one of us just needs to show up one week and be like, okay, here's a crazy ass theory. Let's go here. Let's work this out.
Nobody saw Charlie or Brian. That'll be the Nobody Saw Charlie and Brian segment.
Oh, what? No, someone won't be in the room to bring up Dr. Doom every 2 seconds? Okay.
Unhinged fan theories. I mean, I can go on Tumblr. It's fine.
Oh.
I can go on TikTok because those people are unhinged.
Oh, please. I think, yeah, that's unhinged Charlie Esser. Reddit has unhinged Charlie Esser. Weaponized him.
Well, I mean, Reddit, it really is 4chan light. So, I mean, I've watched people in comments get radicalized. So, I mean, I'm just saying, we gotta keep an eye on our dear functional alcoholic uncle.
Yes.
Keep an eye on your kids if they have Reddit. I'm being serious. It's a problem.
All right. Anything else?
No, I think we can wrap this one up. Hey, if you guys think Betty Brant was in on it from the beginning, she's the horny Doombot. If you dig that theory, let us know. If you don't, give us a better theory.
She needs to be some kind of villain. If it's not the Hobgoblin, she needs to be something.
You know what? I think she needs to hook up with Madeline Pryor and start a cult that's against Spider-Man or something. I want to see Betty Brant have her do.
Yeah.
Sorry, Ben. She's taking your woman. I'm sorry. You can't have nothing. Don't you know that, Ben?
Redheads. All right. So next week, like I said, we'll be covering more Man-Wolf from Amazing Spider-Man 189 and 190.
Well, that didn't escalate very quickly.
Exactly. And then, like I said, week 3, you'll probably get your Sausage Fest early so we can fit in 200. Yes, that'll be...
Ooh, it's like a Christmas present.
Spider-Man Team Up number 4, Halloween presents. Spectacular Spider-Man 235 and 236. And yes, again, then the last week of October will be Ultimate Spider-Cast number 200. And I believe we made our final decision, Lilith Hellfire, just in time for Halloween, covering Kraven's Last Hunt.
Show those damn muties how it's done. Yeah. I'm still pissed about that, too.
Oh, my.
Who the hell does X-Men think they can have Kraven as a villain? Huh? The nerve.
Exactly. And hopefully, we'll try to get those boys from the Sausage Fest in here for episode 200 also.
I'm willing to be flexible with my schedule
Hey-o.
to accommodate those Aussies. So,
So,
let me know.
because the fans demanded it, we may get 2 weeks of Ray.
Ray
and Dave.
Radio.
Ray Radio.
I'm gonna need him to rebrand immediately.
Oh my god, I guarantee you, he'll watch him like change his Twitter handle and stuff from Ray Pod to Ray Radio. Alright, kids. So yeah, so send us your thoughts, email us, and remember, Cobb Gobble Gobble month is not too far away, so... So yeah, so send your thoughts, email us, CapesandLunatics@gmail.com, or call the voicemail, 614-382-2737, that's 614-38-CAPES. And remember, you can find Ultimate Spider-Cast on Facebook, on Twitter, join the Web of Spider-Man Facebook fan group, find links to all the various social medias and Facebook fan groups we have, the YouTube channel. Once again, everything we do goes up on the YouTube, September's up there, all the interviews, everything. So smash that subscribe button so you don't miss a second of all the goodness.
Smash it.
And of course, the Patreon. Please.
Become a part of the Patreon elite.
Yeah. We're not these rich kids bringing stuff back from the moon. We're supporting this ourselves. Every little bit helps, but $3 to $5 gets you early access to creator interviews, including the monthly Chichester Chats.
I got the good mic out for you guys.
Chichester Chats.
And the moon doesn't have to be full. Lilith is always a beast because she loves pain. So, yes, we are doing superhero movie brackets.
Wow.
We will find the worst superhero movie of all time. The September episode was League of Extraordinary Gentlemen for Sin City 2, A Dame to Kill For.
What a kill for!
You're going to confuse me one day. I know we're going to say that. Oh, no, wait. That was the August episode. Yeah, September is the Phantom versus the Strange. The Phantom versus the Spirit. Damn, Lilith Hellfire. Back 1 week, she already got me confused. And then, of course, because Lilith Hellfire demanded it, this month of October, it'll be this
Spooktober!
Spawn versus Meteor Man. Oh, my.
I don't know. That might. I don't know. I'm curious to see.
I know. Ray might have to watch that for the first time because he's never seen Meteor Man. He said so. All right, kids. So, yes, find all that and Capes and Lunatics and Capes and Lunatics Sidekicks merch. Find it all at Linktree, linktr.ee/Capes and Lunatics. All right. Lilith Hellfire, Howling at the Moon. Where can people get a hold of you?
Ow! Yeah, okay. you guys want to hang out with me on the interwebs, find me on Twitter at Lilith Hellfire, on Instagram at Lilith Hellfire 69, and of course on TikTok, making all of the comments and none of the content at Lilith Hellfire 69.
Either do the 6 or do the 9.
Oh, you don't want to know the things I've done.
Whenever you guys get me to 1,000, I'll go live. I'll actually make content. I'm just waiting.
Put it here.
I'm going to the hole on principle.
Trying to donkey punch me now, bitch.
Somebody's muffin's getting buttered. That ain't my business.
All right, kids.
Waka, waka, waka.
Thank you for joining us again in 1 week. More Man Wolf, Amazing Spider-Man 189 and 190. And then an early Sausage Fest. And then we round out the month with Ultimate Spider-Cast number 200. But until then, swing on back.
Whip. Whip it good.
Hi, I'm Russell.
And I'm Justin.
And we're from the
Hold up. Listen up, you nerds. Tired of being a little goody two-shoes? Had enough of always talking about acts of courage and heroism? Well, you have come to the right place, I guess. Tomes of Evil is the comic book supervillain podcast, where every month we do a deep dive on a different comic book supervillain, as well as multiple sub-series on some of the most iconic foes of all time, including Darkseid, Doctor Doom, Scarecrow, and...
Name's Hobgoblin, and you're right on time for your funeral.
I better be getting paid for this. So what are you guys waiting for? Bring on the bad guys.
Tomes of Evil, a comic book villain podcast.